Hey everybody, Eric Hayden here in the garden today. If you've watched the last couple videos, you've noticed that we've had a tremendous amount of rain here in the eastern part of North Carolina. So I wanted to do a video about some things you can do in the garden to take advantage of that rain. The first thing, you're going to have more black spot, you're going to have more disease. So there's certain things you just can't, get over because of the rain, and you can't stop it. So I want to focus on things you can do to take advantage of the situation. What I'm going to do today is going to put down some organic fertilizer. I'm taking advantage of the situation because that is a type of fertilizer that can take weeks to many months to break down. So it's not going to wash away no matter how much rain we get. And the reason why I'm doing it now, this fertilization program is nothing unique. It's something I've done for a long time. When I'm at the end, we'll take a step back. I do this same program in the beginning of the year right after I prune the roses. And then after the roses bloom, we call this a flush, where most of the roses are done. I'm starting to deadhead. We are looking forward to the next cycle of blooms. So approximately 5 to 7 weeks after this, we're going to have a new cycle of blooms. So we want to build the foliage, the stem, and then eventually get ready for another period of flowering. So the first time I do this is after pruning. The second time I do it, again, is when we're kind of wrapping up our first flush of blooms. No secret, many people do this, so this is not anything unique to my garden. So how do I fertilize? If you click below on one of my videos, I go a little bit more in depth. This will be a quicker version. I always use some type of slow release synthetic fertilizer. A lot of folks might use Osmocote. In the past, I've used something called Wood Ace, which is 14-14-14. I use something generic from Core Farm Supply in Smithfield, North Carolina. It's 18-6-12. We'll talk about those numbers in a second, but it's slow release, especially on the nitrogen. On a bag like this, that first number is your nitrogen, and it's 18% nitrogen in this 50-pound bag. Incidentally, the cost of this 50-pound bag was only about $25. Can't say enough. If you live near Smithfield, North Carolina, really recommend checking out Core Farm Supply. So 18% nitrogen, and it might be hard to see, but of that 18%, 13 is slow release. So this is going to break down over the course of the next 5 to 7 weeks. The middle number is phosphorus. I don't really need a lot of phosphorus. My soil tests are on the higher end of the range, so that's why I have a lower middle number. And I'm actually lacking the last number, potassium. Sandy soils are notorious for that. So in addition to this fertilization, this is something I don't normally do. This is not something you need to do unless your soil test says it. I'm putting down 0030 as well because my soil is lacking in that last number, potassium, a lot. So that's going to take care of that. It's got a little bit of iron in this, which is good. So bottom line, some type of synthetic fertilizer that's slow release. With our heavy rain, if I put urea down or if I put Miracle Grow, it's just going to wash away. So you want to do something slow release so that's going to last the course of, again, 5 to 7 weeks. Then everything else is organic. And the reason why I do that is it is going to feed the microbes in the soil, and it's going to slowly break down. First one is alfalfa. Sometimes you can get this as alfalfa meal. It's pulverized and it breaks down quicker. I haven't found that here locally, so I just get the pellets. And again, that's not going to wash away. No matter how much rain you get, that's going to be in the soil for quite a long time. That usually has like a 3-1-2 ratio. So it's more nitrogen, low numbers, has tricontinol in it, and it will stimulate growth in the roses. Cottonseed meal is 6-1. Again, these are low numbers. We're planning for the future. I don't want a quick shot of nitrogen. So we're all doing things that are very slow release. That can take many months to break down. It can make the soil acidify it a little bit, so you have to watch that out depending on what your pH is. And then so always cottonseed meal, alfalfa, some type of synthetic slow release. And the last thing I use is usually rose tone. I like rose tone a lot, but I found something. Rose tone is what, usually $20, low 20s for 18 pounds. I found this. I think this is a 50-pound bag. This is Mighty Grow Organics. It's supposed to be close to Symphony and Harmony, and I'll show you the reason for that in a second. But again, 434, very, very low. What this is processed poultry litter and beneficial microbes. These values, 4% nitrogen, 3 phosphorus, and 4 for potassium, are very similar to rose tone. And if you look at the back of this bag, just like you would look, if you're taking a medicine, always look at the label. What are you actually getting? You're getting feather meal, bone meal, sulfate of potash. 3% of the 4% nitrogen is slow release. So again, poultry litter and feather meal are the 2 main ingredients. And very similar to rose tone, it's got a lot of good microbes in it. Does it have the exact same ingredients as rose tone? No. I think it's missing alfalfa. I'm already putting that down. For a 50-pound bag, this was $25. So this is close enough to rose tone for me to save that much money. So in summary, it's raining. You can't stop the rain, but that's a good time to put down slow release organics if the timing is right. Again, pruning time, and then after your flushes of roses. So after 5 to 7 weeks, we have more blooms, and I'll do it again. Right into the latter part of summer. You do want to stop the organic program a month to a month and a half at least, if not a little longer, before your first frost, because again, this takes a long time to break down. Alfalfa, cottonseed meal, rose tone, Harmony, Symphony, whatever's the cheapest, and some type of synthetic. Hope everyone is enjoying the weather where you are. I'm going to get hustling putting this down because as we speak, more rain and wind is moving in. So I got to hustle. Have a good one.